Johnny Liberty we have here live in our studio today. Johnny, it's such a pleasure to have you in.
Thank you very much, Dennis, for having me here today.
And we got the chance to talk earlier, and it was great. And one of the things that came out was the Patriot myths. Now, I've always said that there's been a lot of theory, and I don't like to deal in theory. I want to know what's going on. Now, how do we deal with the Patriot myths? Because you get people out there that are so desperate to find a solution to their problem that they will almost buy into anything.
Yeah, that's true.
And so, what are some of the Patriot myths, and how do we get rid of them?
Well, I would say the very first one is that there exists a silver bullet somewhere whereby my way or my solution or my idea or my court strategy is going to solve everybody's problems. And we have to stop thinking so unilaterally or one-dimensionally and start thinking beyond the box of our own particular viewpoint and perspective. Now, I know that's a little bit tough because all of us come from some egoic experience of our life whereby we've come to certain conclusions about the way things are. And that's fine. It's just in this area, in the area of law or history or patriot myths as we might describe them, we have to start thinking in multiple viewpoints and in multiple strategies.
Coming from an area that I've been trying to put out there, that you have to know the whole picture. You cannot ignore this over here and think that this is going to change your life or the country or anything else.
Well, that's very true. And when I started along this path of educating myself, because I didn't start out as a teacher, this wasn't a field that I went to college for to get a degree in. I never intended to study law or money or economics or power or politics or sovereignty. But it turned out, as a part of my own path of self-education, I had to touch into each one of those areas in my own exploration to my satisfaction, to the point where I recognized what the options are, what the choices are, and therefore I could make an informed choice.
For our viewers to know is that they get this education for themselves. It's you educate you for you.
Really, who is ultimately responsible for your own education? Well, I am. Who is ultimately responsible for the situation that we're in here in America today? I am. Who is ultimately responsible for claiming your own personal sovereignty, if that is the path you would like to pursue? Well, I am. I have to find the way to that. And although I can take counsel, hopefully wise counsel from other people who have done things in the past, I have to ultimately make decisions for myself, and I ultimately have to find out the truth for myself and then decide and pursue a course of action. And that's whether I'm going into a court situation, I have legal issues to deal with, or economic issues, or political issues, or health issues, whatever it might be. We have to be responsible for ourselves, and that's the starting point on the path to personal sovereignty or individual sovereignty, is taking that responsibility, and it begins with education.
Now,
in my view, and my conclusion, is that each one of us has a birthright of personal sovereignty. You were born with a mind, you were born with a body, you were born with a soul, a spirit, whatever you want to call that. You were born with the capacity to have freedom and to choose for yourself the kind of life and reality you want to create. Whether you are successful or not in life really is ultimately up to you.
Well, it goes right back to all men are created equal. Not all men are made equal by legislation.
And women are created equal in the opportunity to discover life as it is and to pursue happiness, to pursue property, to pursue whatever it is your goals are in life. That is a path to sovereignty. And good governments are instituted among men and women to preserve the rights and the property of the individual. And for those who are naive to the way power works in the world today, the whole partisanship is, in my opinion, a ruse. It is a method by which the people remain divided against the people. If you can divide the people amongst themselves, those who pull the strings of power can remain united in their power over you.
Works like a dream.
It has worked for a dream
Right.
for millennia. It's the old divide and conquer strategy which power structures have always used. And people have defeated or been defeated because we have been pitted against each other,
Right.
rich and poor, black and white, men and women. The list goes on and ad nauseum, as I would say. Until you and I can raise ourselves up to the occasion of starting to see the commonalities between, just like I described, the republic and the democracy. Not the republic versus or against the democracy. It's the republic and the democracy is the United States of America. It's both together, just the way Democrats and Republicans actually are supposed to be representative of the totality of the country, the whole nation,
Right.
not just one small set. In some ways is simply the art of dividing people so that those who are in power can control everyone.